Hi everyone, so today we're going to be learning how to convert metric units of length. So this is the chart we're going to be using for the next few days. And it goes from smallest units on the right all the way to largest on the left. So these are all the prefixes for each of the units that you'll be using. And you'll be adding words to them based on what you're doing, whether it's length, capacity, or weight. So today we're doing length. So the first one, milli, is the smallest unit. Then there's centi, deci, basic unit, which could either be meter, liter, or gram, which today we're going to be using meters, deca, hecto, and kilo. So because we're using meters, we're going to plug in meters to each of these prefixes. So instead of saying milli, we're going to be saying millimeter. Instead of centi, we'll be saying centimeter, and so on. Some of these might be familiar to you. For example, I know a lot of you have heard of millimeter, centimeter, and regular meters and kilometers. So here's how it works. When you're moving from a smaller unit like milli all the way to a larger unit like kilo, you're going in this direction as you see on the arrow. When you're going in this direction from smallest unit to largest unit, every time you move a unit, like so, you're going to be dividing further by 10. When you're going from larger unit to smaller unit, you're going to be going in this direction as the arrow shows you, which means every time you go from one unit to the next, you're timesing by 10. So another trick that you can remember is at the top it says King Hector doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Now, if you notice, the first letter of each of these words represents the unit that we have written here, so you can remember the order. So let's do a practice problem together. So the first one is they give you 1 centimeter and they want you to convert it to decameter. So we have to go from centimeter to decameter. So I know so far that we're going to be going from the right to the left, which means we're going to be following this arrow, which means we're going to be dividing. Now the amount of jumps tells me how much I'm going to be dividing. So we jump 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces. So I need to divide 3 spaces. So as you can see here, I drew my 1, and every whole number has a decimal to the right of it. So in other words, this is technically 1.0. So because I moved 3 spaces to the left on my chart, I'm going to move my decimal 3 spaces to the left, like so. So instead of 1 being our answer, now we're going to plug in our zeros. Let me move them. Okay, so my decimal moved here, here, and then up to here. So for all the placeholders, I added a 0. So my answer is 0.001. Now this 0 we don't really need anymore, and it looks like this. Okay. Now we have 5 kilometers, and we need to convert that to centimeters. So from kilometers to centimeters, I'm going to go from left to right, so I'm going to be multiplying. I jumped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, which means I'm going to the right 5 times, like I drew here. And for each, we're going to put a placeholder of 0, which in this case, there are 5 zeros. So this number now became 500,000. So there are 500,000 centimeters in 5 kilometers. Now the last one is 60 meters to millimeters. So meters is here. This is the basic unit, which is in the middle, and we're going to millimeters. So we're going to jump 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right, like I drew here, 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right, and we're going to draw our 3 zeros as placeholders. Now this becomes a comma. There are 60,000 millimeters in 60 meters, and that's how you convert metric units of length.